Hey, what's up, guys? Boxing with B.
Yeah, without the paycheck.
We talked about the last fight. Wilder versus Fury did not disappoint.
Wilder versus Fury number 3 did not disappoint because...
First off, I'm going to say congrats.
Yes. Told you, the old man knows about boxing.
Congrats. Hey, but I did too because I said all signs point to Fury, but I'm just going to take Wilder. And then don't tell me that you weren't like, oh, when your boy went down.
Oh, yeah. It surprised me because he walked into the punch, so he went down hard.
Like we said, Wilder is the definition of a hurt fighter is a dangerous fighter.
Yes, very much.
Oh my gosh. It's like for boxing fans that actually watch boxing and you don't just tune into the main fights, I feel like this was a fight that you already knew it was going to turn out the way it did. You knew each round Wilder was going to come in with the same kind of style and Fury was going to just dominate. Like we all knew it, but you knew that you relied on Wilder's power to land.
Well, Fury did not dominate right away. I mean, he did not dominate right away.
And what did I say the last time? Remember I said, you never know, like, what if we see Wilder work the jab? You never know. And then what do we see? I'm like, oh,
he was working the body.
He's working, but he was using the jab.
Yes, he was.
And we didn't see too much from him.
He was swinging with his right hand. He came to fight right away. He's the first guy that threw the punches, and Fury received him. It took a couple seconds to Fury to catch on.
Yeah.
But
he adjusts.
Not only that. To me personally, Fury had the better corner.
Yeah.
The better corner, better trainer. I know the other guy's a good trainer too, but I'm just saying, to me, a trainer that has a lot of knowledge because he came from a guy that knew it all, Emmanuel Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
He is a great trainer. He gave him good advice. But Fury, you could say, like they say, you could give your fighter the best advice in the world. It all depends how he does it in the ring. Some do listen, some don't listen.
Yep.
But I'll give Wilder credit. He came to try to get his belt back. He really did. And I always told him when he knocked down Fury, and I was going, damn, I always forget one thing. A hurt fighter is a dangerous fighter. And he knocked him down twice. And it was but he got up and the bell rang.
Yeah. That saved him. If the round would have been a little longer, maybe we could have seen a little bit, a difference. But Fury's eyes didn't really roll back. It wasn't like he was super affected by those knockdowns either. That's what I noticed.
But it did look like when Wilder was getting hit now, it really did affect him.
Yes.
I think it was in the back of his head too, mentally.
Well, that, and remember they had said something like Fury's nutritionist said, let's pack on the weight because he does well with weight, it being heavy. And then you had mentioned that Wilder
came out heavy too.
Yeah.
He put on weight, but he
muscle.
also put muscle too. So he was using it. And like they said in the commentators, I don't know if it was Lennox or Andre Ward, building muscle in a different way on a boxer could really affect your performance.
Yeah.
Your
Lifting
arms start
weights.
getting heavy.
Mm-hmm.
These guys do natural weights, natural movement because they're built and they're big and they're strong, but it's meant to be a fighters. They basically tune their body to be a fighting machine.
Yeah.
Speed, power, distance, move, everything. But you know what I've noticed? Fury didn't move so good this time. Dodging the
yeah,
he moved,
yeah.
but he didn't move as the other times where he was dodging and looking like a young Lomachenko. He wasn't doing that.
Yeah, that's true. So what are you saying that Usyk?
No,
Usyk's
Usyk
footwork is better?
To me, yes. Yes, it is. It is better than, but
Fury adjusts well. He's gonna train for that.
Like his corner said, big dog. He is a big dog. I guess the only person in that arena that was there, you had the great Magic Johnson, but him standing next to, no, that's what I was going to say. Magic Johnson standing next to Fury, no. But if Shaq would have stood next to Fury, you would have said, wow, how short is Fury?
Yeah, that's true. But
that's a big difference.
I don't think Shaq would want to step in the ring with Fury.
No. But I'm just saying it just by size-wise, Shaq would make him, I think, is the only guy that you could say could make him look small.
Yeah.
Just like when Shaq, they introduced him to Yao Ming. Shaq was a big thing, and all of a sudden you go, oh, damn, how big is Shaq? He's short compared to this guy.
Guys, let us know what you guys thought of the fight. Did you guys think that it was going to turn out the way it did? Did you guys think Wilder was going to get knocked out? Or were you shocked that it ended in that knockout right before, we reached the end of the fight almost?
But you know what? A lot of people had Wilder winning. They all thought that he trained really good. Well, she did train.
Well, he made a difference. That's why.
But they all thought that he was going to get his belt back because of that power that he has. And then they were trying to throw out that he had a new nutritionist, like they said, and a new doctor saying that he increased his power by 200%. I don't want to doubt that because he could hit hard. So
Yeah.
I don't want to find out. But it looked like Fury took him.
I'll say this, the heavyweight division is exciting, and I think it's one of those where it's like the tournament, like how we describe
Eliminations.
like Chocolatito and Estrada Cuadras Rungby side. That's like a tournament in itself. And then you go to the heavyweights. Yeah, they're smaller, but the heavyweights also have their tournament. It's like you see Wilder, Fury, Joshua, now Usyk's in the mix, and it's one of those where I give credit to Wilder and to Fury. Because these two are the top heavyweights, and they are facing each other.
And they didn't duck each other. They didn't duck each other.
Oh, you want the rematch? Let's get the rematch. Oh, we're not satisfied. We need something else. Let's get the trilogy. And then it's like, they happen. Wilder took that fight knowing what happened to him in the second. And it's like, that takes heart to go in there and
face
still
the man.
go all the 11.
Face the man. Face the man that, beat him.
You didn't take these fighters didn't take the time to be like, oh, I need maybe another fight before.
No, they went
I need to do this and this. It's like he was in there.
Great fighters, great show.
Everyone that tuned in, whether you're a huge boxing fan or not, this was the fight that if you're like, oh, boxing's rigged, oh, boxing's this and that, it's like, look at that fight. Look what just happened. Yeah. We saw two top heavyweights, different styles, go in there, clash, and like Fury said, everyone needs their dance partner. And Wilder's and him,
his dance partner.
Man, that was a show.
Well, it's open up. We'll see what happens now because I think Joshua has a rematch clause in his thing, which against Usyk is not going to matter at all. Rematch or no rematch. Like I told you guys before, Joshua came back to fight Reese. He came back as a boxer.
Andy Ruiz Jr. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, that guy that we thought it was a fighter. But, he didn't take it serious. That's what got me mad. He did not take that serious.
True.
Once you get your hands on the crown, you try to keep the crown.
Yeah.
Not let it go. So now he's trying to do it back, but I think it's a little bit too late now. I don't think he could beat Usyk, and I don't think he could beat Fury. I don't even think he could beat Wilder.
That was going to be my next question for you.
But that was, those were great fights. Now, we'll see what Joshua brings against Usyk the second time. Usyk is a great boxer. He's going to outbox him again.
I'm going to say right now, I don't see Joshua being able to pull something that, Usyk can't get by. Because what we saw, I think what Joshua needed to do was use his size against Usyk. But I think now Usyk's going to know that that's going to be the next plan for Joshua, and he's just going to train to adjust.
Yeah, he could adjust, and one of his left hands hurt it. So Joshua, if he comes in and tries to do something like Fury comes in at the same time as a power punch coming, I don't think Joshua's a Fury. I think he will get knocked out.
Oh, no, I agree with you for sure. We've already seen him touch the canvas a few times. Like I said, I mentioned in the last time that he was kind of in the middle of having a glass chin and then having like a strong chin. He's like closer to the glass chin section.
But we'll see.
It is what it is. But before we close this one out, because that was a great fight we touched on.
Oh, yeah, best fight. I haven't seen those fights in a long time. I think the last one I saw something like that was between Riddick Bowe and Evander Holyfield. When Riddick Bowe came out and beating up Evander, and all of a sudden Evander came back with a punch. Oh my God, Evander has a heart of a lion. Great fight that one was too. Number one, Riddick Bowe, Evander Holyfield. Boom. Great fight it was.
So yesterday we saw, was it yesterday already?
No,
whatever. The weekend. On that same fight, we saw all heavyweight card. So that was a pretty cool thing to see. And the exposure was nice for them too.
You guys, heavyweights, look out for that guy they called Baby.
Oh, the young kid.
Big Baby. That kid is, he has an all-around package deal.
He's good.
He's going to stun the world.
And he's young.
He's going to stun the world. That big Viking took revenge again. They thought that the guy from Poland that's from Chicago was going to be able to beat him this time.
Yeah.
It was the same thing.
So one of the undercards, Edgar Berlanga, I wanted to touch on this because he's an up and coming star. We've talked about him before a few times, and he's like on the rise. They kind of want to market him as the top Puerto Rican fighter out of New York, that kind of thing. Which is
168, right?
168, yes. Which is great to see. It's great to see this young guy that with a lot of power and things like that. But one thing that I noticed about these young fighters is that sometimes they get distracted with things outside of the ring, and it's like whatever popularity, whatever may come your way, you have to remember at the end of the day, those people are not the ones that are going to be stepping in the ring. You are. So you got to put in that work. And whether he did or not, or whether this guy was just a great challenge for him, the guy from Argentina, He went in there, gave him a great fight, and actually dropped Berlanga for the first time in his career, which is great experience for young up and coming, fighters. And for some, it humbles them.
It's humbling to show them that, you know what, one mistake could change your whole career.
Yes. And you know what, though? I like that Berlanga got up and he continued the fight and he kept going. He kept trying to show the power and he engaged in these brawls. But you know what? At the same time, like you said, he met that fighter that, he's like a journeyman from Argentina. But one thing about the fighters from Argentina is that they could be journeymen, but somehow these guys have power.
And they know how to fight.
And they have heart.
Yes, they do.
They could take the beating the whole fight, and somehow they'll still land their shots to make you know, like, don't take me lightly.
But
I'm here.
Now you're saying Berlanga, I'm starting thinking this kid should have been a little bit quicker to get up there in the status, because be careful. There's going to soon in a couple weeks. There's going to be only one king at 168.
Oh,
he'll be undisputed. And you're a great fighter. You're a great coming up, but
that division is pretty intense.
I do not see you beating Canelo Alvarez. I'm sorry. You are a great fighter, but Canelo is going to just
And that's even saying something because he's not even a fan of Canelo.
Yep. If you would have made that mistake against Canelo, guess what? Lights out.
I think too young for Canelo right now. He doesn't have that.
But they're bringing him up, and he thinks he's not. He was knocking everybody out.
Yeah.
What did he say all the time? He screamed, "I'm an animal" or something.
I'm a monster.
I'm a monster. Well, guess what? Superman had kryptonite. There's a redheaded kid that could be the monster tamer.
True, that's true. But something to finish off is Jaime Munguia actually came out and said, "Come down to 160, I'll fight you."
Oh wow! Hey.
You're the bigger fighter, so that would be a good matchup.
That's a good name under your belt.
That would be one to consider. But I would say be careful with Jaime Munguia because Jaime Munguia, I think, doesn't get the credit he deserves.
And he'll sneak up on you. If you make a mistake against Munguia, he will make you pay for it.
And even though he's the smaller fighter in this scenario, he has power.
Yep. And guess what? You should take it. Smaller fighter, big name, belt holder.
That would be
divisions.
Yeah.
That'll be a great name under your belt if you were to succeed.
But even if you don't succeed, you get the credit for taking the fight.
And two, if Munguia did, he's gonna look a lot better. Like this kid was unstoppable until he met me.
Yeah,
that'd
be
a great fight. Great fight. 200 feet of 200 feet of fighters.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a great fight.
And they're both young, which is great to see because it's like you can't say, "Oh, one's old, one's this and that." No, they're both good fighters, both around the same age.
At 168, you should be able to do it. You know, you could knock on the door. And you could have Triple G there too.
Man, I don't want to mention Triple G.
Under the belt.
Yeah, like you say, of the whole like build the resume kind of thing. The names when they're already
and guess
done
what?
and
no
old.
one's ever beat Canelo, no one's ever beat Triple G, but one guy by decision, Canelo. That would look good on your resume too.
I don't know though. Triple G is one of those old guys that you don't really want to mess with.
Power. He's like a George Foreman.
You don't want to mess with them.
He's like a George Foreman. He still has power in both hands, and that never leaves you.
Yeah.
Speed might leave and all that, but guess what? If he corners you, you don't see that punch coming. Boom! It could change your life.
Well, that was pretty much it for this week. We just wanted to give like a quick recap. I don't know if that was really quick because once we get talking, we just keep going.
It was a great fight. That's why it was one of the best so far.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're just on the go, be sure to listen to Boxing with B wherever you listen to your podcast.
There we go. Lights out.
Fight.
Breaking news.
This is the guy that's going to give him the biggest fight.
And then guess what?
Fight.